onto the Rift, we go for game 1 between GAM and Genius Esports. Genius Esports in a rather rough situation right now in the split. They just have 2 series wins, which ties them with the AS Esports in last, but Genius have been looking a little bit shaky as we kind of get a double invade coming through from both teams.
Yeah, it looks kind of fishy for now, and this might just result in a level 1 brawl. And I really wouldn't advise Genius Esports to really fight it, as it's very hard to fight against the concussive blows coming up by the side of Braum. And Slater, oh no. This could just be a very dead Slater very, very soon.
Poor Slater. Yeah, there's no way out. He could... Oh, for a second I thought he flashed on the spot, but no, he didn't. And in the end, he will fall. To be honest, I even think the Ignite from B was slightly overkill there.
I mean, better safe than sorry, right? Not that they will just kind of flash Spark Search over the wall and then escape. You don't want any of that and just want to take the free kill now.
I'm going to be honest. If that happens, I think that's a good thing because Azeri started Spark Search.
Fair, but it would also look very, very cool, and then you would give like Slater like the mental advantage, so to say. So not having any of that. Style get the first blood kill, some nice money for him. He doesn't get to shop though, so for now it won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, so practically lane is even. In fact, actually lane is better for Genius because Slater has more health than Style right now. So yeah, free win.
Yeah, and also the Ignite being down, I mean, it was just 200 IQ. They with them by the book, Genius Esports. As genius as they are, just get a free Ignite off. But no, joke aside. Of course, very good start by the side of GAM. And the Cull starting Style now also in a very good position to just get his stacks for free. As we see Kiaya in the top lane, of course. I mean, it is Kiaya on the less strong laning champion, or the weaker laning champion, but it is Kiaya. And Coated has terrible laning stats so far, so whether he can play this Akali into this Nas so well, I'm kind of doubtful of that. That's what I wanted to see. Early game aggression by Yeej in the top lane.
Straight up towards this top side. Kiaya left with nowhere to go, waiting for the hop to come off cooldown. Jumps away, but Yijin will flash for Ignite is taking down. And Coated will be able to pick up the kill.
And also Coated gets a kill, and why did Kiaya still flash that? Was he really unironically thinking that he can get out of that? I mean, just accept your fate.
Yijin flashed as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but Yijin flashed and then Kiaya flashed when he was already like burning on Ignite. That was a dead now right there, and Kiaya refused to accept his fate is what I kind of got out of that. And yeah, actually resulted in Coated getting the kill. And, yeah.
Well, it looked like he was just standing there texting a friend for a second, but no, he was texting Kati, telling him, come down bottom lane, we're going to have a party. Yijin is on his way as well. There's a teleporter too. Flashing his BOB, able to stay alive. Levi unable to get the kill. Look how much damage Kati has taken over the wall. Slater blazes, flashing forward. Gets the kill on Kati eventually. B stepping forward, but is so incredibly low. And Style is the furthest man forward and will be the focus for the side of Genius. Can he get out? Can they get the knockup? Style will force to flash away despite using the spell shield.
Yeah, could just flash the spell shield, but can't flash any could just flash the unbow, but cannot flash anything else. So the spell shield ultimately not enough for them. Kati also building his flash. Flashes born across the board for the side of GAM, and them going for a very ill-fated dive over there. I think the attempt itself is fine, but then you gotta be able to get out quicker, which is something that they couldn't really do. As Genius Esports happy with that play, getting another kill into the board with, I think it was Levi actually falling down. So right now in this early game, no, it was actually Kati falling down, correcting myself there. It looks not too shabby for such Genius Esports. Gotta say though, they need to snowball this game, considering they have the competition with the Rex side.
Absolutely. I mean, that being said, let's not forget, Kati will be a monster in the late stages of this game with a rise, and both junglers are, I guess, like very early game oriented, I want to say.
Yes, I think Lee Sin is kind of a misconception there. He's actually not that bad late game. He still has his outplay potential with his kick, of course, and also with him being like this Gore Drinker, Death Stance, GA, whatever he builds, bruisery item build, he still is kind of a good skirmisher, and that's kind of a thing that, of course, compared to enchanters and late game hyper carries, he's not really that much of a presence, but Lee Sin falling off is kind of overstated, I would say. With Rek'Sai, it's much more to... Rek'Sai is one of the worst scaling picks in the game, as she's solo single target damage, and just gets relegated to be a knockback bot later on.
A good start for the side of Genius. We'll see whether they can snowball that lead. As you mentioned, both ADCs starting with the Cult, and for Slater picking up the Berserker Greaves, whereas Style just going for a pickaxe. So damage versus more auto attacks. We'll see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, Right now, Ki comes out on top of this top lane matchup, I gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, it's Kiaya's Gnar, though. Like, the only thing that could beat Kiaya's Gnar is a Sejuani, and that's it.
Yeah, he starts the Johnny, so he's winning. And yeah, he could actually... That's the thing, like, with him just hitting level 6 there, he could maybe even kill Coded, but with him also hitting level 6, it's a bit more... less black and white, I gotta say. As the first wave maybe being contested by the side of GAM, but nah, they're all going for that. They go straight to the mid lane, but they are very, very spotted.
Already doing a fair bit of work onto the health bar of Blazes. Doesn't have a flash available, so the flash rune prison engage not something that GAM can utilize right now. But the first drake of the game is up on Summoner's Rift. And GAM are the ones who currently have control in the river as B just zoning Blazes away with those concussive blows.
Exactly, as we just know the Style being left alone with
He's
the enemy
mid-laning
support.
now.
B is a mid-laning now, as well as Levi. And Yijin, I don't know if you can get out of that.
Sonic Wave lands into the resonating strike, and Yijin is not making his way out of it. Absolutely not. And now with Yijin down, there's no smite available for Genius, so theoretically GAM can just pick up the Drake.
Could maybe do, but Levi opts out again. I mean, we need to remember with the Drakes being buffed, like in the stats they really give, they also are very, very tanky right now, and it would take virtually half an hour to really finish it off with a Braum and a Lee Sin right now, and Style not being in a position to really help out there, as he's getting pushed in by the bot lane of Genius Esports. That would have been over-aggressive by the side of GAM, so they just are happy with the kill they really got, and as they are scaling into this game, probably very fine with the overall result. As Style just gets to pick up this minion wave and will be, at the end of the day, be equal in CS with what Slater has to offer.
Now, I've got a question for you, Quincy. Do you prefer Civi's oldie or the newie?
You mean the post-rework server or the pre-rework server or what?
Yes.
I mean, the new one is straight up stronger, so considering that, the new one...
So you prefer health over mana, essentially?
No, actually, when I play myself, I waste so much mana. I actually would want the mana back, but I have to admit that the new server is just straight up stronger.
Yeah,
damage output is just
like, yeah, no, but like, I'm not talking about Sivir as a whole. I'm just talking about like the new E versus the old E, not the whole kit.
The spell shield, yeah. The new spell shield is kind of worse than the old one, but the overall kit is better from the new Sivir. So you do more damage, the HP is actually more available for high level, but if I had to play Sivir, I would likely build a tier, just because I'm such a mana waster.
Yeah, I'm the same. You should see me playing Ashe, I just spam volleys, and then I'm like, where mana? This isn't fair.
Yeah, just happens when you miss most skill shots, you just need to forward more. It's plain logic, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Ashe volleys. You can't exactly miss those.
Yeah, that's very challenging. But like boomerang blades from Sivir are very missable.
Yeah. Exhaust onto Yijin, trying desperately to be able to make his way out. Wants to get over the wall, but in comes Kiaya. Gnar ults him into the side of the Herald pit, and that's a kill for GAM. And now that's going to be a Herald that can be secured. And Yijin getting caught out twice now in this game.
Off-screen, GAM needed to poke goes. I wonder if Style just gets off right now. But Style in the off-screen just 1v2 outplays the GAM Esports bot under turret. So GAM just now wins both sides of the map. They just get the pick onto Yijin right at the Herald, get the Herald itself, and also Style in the 1v2 gets the kill. That is a disaster for GAM Esports if ever I saw one. Don't know quite sure what happened there. They tried to dive Style used Ghost and somehow outplayed it. I want to see a replay of that.
I think we will get a replay of it. I don't even think VETV would be cruel enough to deny us of seeing what happened to Saab. Man didn't even burn his flash. No, not this one. Okay, I mean, this is how Yijin got caught.
Just showed this clip twice and the other one 0 times. Either way, questionable decisions may be coming out, but I don't want to flame those servers too much, as we just now see the play we really want to talk about. Style in the 1v2. Use the boomerang blade for wave clear. Hex flash. Yeah. Just especially at the right time, and use Ghost, and B.O.B. tanks for his teammate Slater, and Slater just doesn't kill him. He just doesn't have enough damage. I mean...
Or did he even auto-style? Did he even get the Titan's Wrath off? B,
oh no.
You're beautiful, but that ult was not beautiful. Poor Yijin can't get over the wall.
Yeah, and when I spoke about Rek'Sai falling off late game, I didn't mean the 10-minute mark, but this lethality Rek'Sai being 0-3 at 10 minutes means that she might have fallen off already.
Yeah, I mean, Serrated Dirk is a bit of a power spike sometimes, but...
I mean, Umbregrave is a good cheap item.
To be fair to B, he has he has essentially started this game, and he has eyed up Yijin and said, I'm going to make your life a misery, a living hell. And he has been very successful in that regard, so credit to B.
Yeah, credit to B and credit to this Braum pick off also. Maybe credit to Hanka is what we have to say, because this Braum pick is just so smart. It just nullifies so much coming up from both Nautilus and also Rek'Sai. So, yeah, only thing we can really flame Hanka for is where Spider, because I'm producing right now. I have to bring this question up, especially if I'm also on broadcast simultaneously. So, Hankai, where Spider?
Yeah, I mean, Hanke did say in the podcast that if we use the new system that's kind of been tried out in one of the regions where all the champions picked in the first game can't get used in the second game or are added to the ban list, then maybe he'll consider picking Elise.
That's a fair point to be made, of course, as the game now is in a place where GAM might just stack Drake after Drake and just scale next to Genius Esports, and then Genius Esports at some point will just find out that they lack any kind of damage, despite having Azir and Zeri in their team composition, as their jungler can do absolutely nothing so far. Kiaya! Oh no!
Oh! Coated with the outplay, picks up the solo kill onto Kiai, makes it look clean as well, and Kiai just couldn't get into Mega Gnar form.
Yeah, couldn't get into Mega Gnar form, and Akali is just so disgusting against many Gnar. Definitely something that was a good pick up for them.
Ghosting for this as well.
Yeah, he has Spellbook, so maybe it's just to really get a cooldown going off and just have like some remaining kill pressure. I mean, might as well use the Ghost anyway. But I'm happy for Coated. He has a very rough split so far, very pure laning stats, and getting a solo kill against Kiaya is definitely something that increases his worth, so to say. And with Yijin focusing him in the early game and getting him this one kill means, of course, that Coated also had to show something. And this one time just now he absolutely did, and he just now went Rocket Belt on the Akali. So if they have a win con, maybe Coated is the one. Maybe he just gets to absolutely jump into the face of Style while Style's spell shield is down and could just absolutely kill the Sivir. If that happens, I mean, the game might still be a little bit more close.
Yeah, and going back to that previous play, I think Kati teleported into the mid lane, then he realm warped to the top lane and used the Ghost from the Unsealed Spellbook as well. So he invested 2 summoners and an ult to try to make the play onto Coated, but Coated just very smartly standing behind the minion wave made it very difficult for Kati to get on top of them.
Yes, as we just now see Beast Braum. I mean, Mabi's correct, it's just chef's kiss. It's so insane, like forcing all these defensive spells out of side of BOB, and he just knows
oh no, BOB.
Oh,
that is bad.
He's in his head right now.
Well. This Sonic Wave, the focus is just going to be onto Slayer, flashes away, but Levi will find the slow, lands the kick, lands the Sonic Wave, and BOB again with the dredge line in the wrong way. Milky? Am I playing that Nautilus? Because that's very, very similar to what happens when I play Nautilus in competitive games.
That looked very Milky-esque, I gotta agree on that one. At the bot lane from Genius Esports gets crushed out of the game, and Kiaya maybe getting dove. The wave is there, Coated is there, and Yijin is too.
There's no way Kiai outplays this in mini Gnar form, not even close to Mega Gnar. And it's an easy kill for Genius, and Yijin finally. And I don't even want to blame Yijin for his lack of activity in this game. He hasn't been allowed to do anything, and finally now he's able to do something.
I mean, just don't pick Rek'Sai is what I maybe would say, and at least not pick Rek'Sai that early. I mean, you only saw Lee Sin.
I mean,
the
don't play against GAM.
Don't play against GAM, okay, that's also fair. Like, maybe he could pick like the best champion in the world and it would still look kind of clueless because he's playing against GAM with Genius Esports laners against GAM's laners. That's a fair point, I gotta admit, but as we say that, Yijin is on the scoreboard right now, and while GAM probably doesn't care, they actually managed to shut down Kiaya quite well. He's 0-3 on the Gnar right now. However, we know Kiaya, right? One got Mega Gnar, and it all just changes very quickly. As I say that, though, fairness to Genius Esports, they are not just solely bleeding out, they are trying something, although they are failing sometimes. The game for last place team, or on paper last place team, but now in our minds against the top dog right now, it's not looking too one-sided.
And Genius have put out a fair showing. It's still 2.5k goal lead for the side of GAM. I do think though Yijin is going to be getting nightmares of like opening up his fridge and then just seeing B randomly there, having roamed from the GAM playhouse to Genius's fridge somehow, and just being there like, hello, I'm not gonna let you do anything.
Yeah, Code getting tagged by the Winter's Bite as he's trying to clear this turret, or defend this turret for the moment, and GAM kind of, I wouldn't say, yeah. just getting small leads across the board, right? Getting both Drakes, Yijin kind of being ruined. And it's basically just Kiaya being behind, and yeah, he's just overall very, very fine with it. What I also want to note of is Kati going for this Crown of the Shattered Queen mid lane item build, which has been rising to popularity ever since Froggy played it. And it's just something that's kind of more common in the recent times, as people seem to accept the fact that it does enough damage. That's kind of the same as Aeroforce would do. And you have so much safety with this innate tankiness for a few seconds before it gets procced. And that's something that they make use of in this game. He also has, for good measure, another stopwatch added to his inventory. So in case he gets caught, he would be able to use the stasis to buy even more time and be less efficient to get caught out, as GAM just now also gets his tier 1 turret in the top lane.
Now, I've got a question for you, Quincy. Are there any junglers that Killer Queen could play that could build Crown of the Shattered Queen? Because I think that'd be a Poggers item for Killer Queen.
For Killer Queen?
Yeah, just because of a narrative.
Talia, if you could play Elise, where's Spider, by the way? Maybe you could go Crown on that champion, but I wouldn't really comment it. Nidalee, maybe. Like, I just think of AP Jonas. Maybe Lilia could pick it up. Karthus, but all these champions that just listed probably have better items on the AP department as well, so it doesn't look that easy. However, what did I say first? I think that champion wasn't even that terrible.
I think you said
Talia, yeah. I think Talia could maybe actually use it. Like, if she gets caught, she doesn't die instantly, but if she catches somebody, they still die instantly.
Yeah, true. That's fair. So hopefully we get to see Killer Queen Talia with Crown of the Shattered Queen. With Terrell dropped in the mid lane, this is going to be the third and final outer tower falling in GAM's favour. 3 towers to nothing right now in GAM, with a very solid grasp and command of this game, and now just trying to stop Yijin from even taking his wolves.
Yeah, looking to be the case, as Yijin also kind of starved in farm in general, right? He's over 20 CS down against Levi right now, and a champion that needs a lot of gold to really strive. It's a Prowler's Claw Rek'Sai, of course. Her win con is just still getting the one-shot going. Together with the Akali, it could maybe even be possible if they find the right angle. But it's definitely looking hard, as GAM is a very coordinated unit, and the Braum, especially from B, just preventing all of that, with the CC being on him, with the stand behind me resistances, making it very hard for any kind of engage to really stick to GAM, and GAM just slowly but surely extending their control of this game and making it look easy.
And to be honest, for Yijin, he wants to burst people down. Good luck bursting down Kati with the Crown of the Shattered Queen and a stopwatch. Good luck bursting down Style, who's an item ahead of you and has a Phantom Dancer as well.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. It's an AD carry. I mean, he just builds more damage. He won't get any tankier. So if the spell shield is down,
spell shield, and a Braum, for extra differences.
And a Ghost and the Flash. So he's not even that easy to catch.
You can't flash the Void Rush, so it's fine.
You also can't flash Prowler's Claw, if I remember correctly. So there's like one.
Actually, no.
I think Prowler's Claw is like, once it's targeted. You will get the Prowler's Claw blink onto us. So you can't really flash it. It's kind of like likely since second Q, the activation. If you flash it, you just bring them in further. But it's like so much faster than the Resonating Strike as well. So I think it won't matter anyway. You can't really flash in this short time frame, realistically anyway. So next Drake is on the menu, as GAM easily claims that, and GAM Esports has nothing to say about that. They are wanting to challenge it, but I think they are too late.
And Genius are just going to be way too late here. As Levi picks it up, BOB flashing forward, looking for the engage. And the Emperor's Divide is absolutely nothing from Blazes. So GAM get out scot-free. They do have to burn a couple of flashes, mainly Kiaya's and Kati's. But aside from that, all's well and good in the GAM department.
Yeah, I mean, GAM Esports just burned 1 flash to get 2 in the Ghost, and also the Ignite from BOB. But GAM got away with the main prize, right? They got the Cloud Drake, Armor on Soul Point. Luckily, I would say for the side of GAM Esports still, is that it's just a Cloud Soul. I mean, with Sivir is of course very nice to have, as we also addressed in the Team Wales game last time. They won at the second game of the day today. But I mean, you still would have preferred another soul on GAM's side. But I mean, Cloud, Drake, movement speed, slow distances, always nice to have. And it also just makes it even harder for the Rek'Sai, for the Akali, to potentially catch out anyone.
Right now, GAM just going to continue pushing waves forward. The one, I want to say, shining light, the silver lining for Genius, is probably Coated, who's 2-0 on this Akali. He's had a lot of resources poured towards him, as Genius desperately tried to force Kiaya out of this game. So I'm naturally looking towards Coated to see what can Coated do. Can Coated find a way to bring Genius back into this game?
He likely can't do that much as he's not on a traditional team fighter, right? Of course, Akali doesn't really, I would say, suck in team fighting, but he's also not really one having easy in this straight up fair 5v5s. You usually just want these unfair small skirmishes in the 1v1, the 2v2 or the 3v3. And the bigger the fight, the usually worse Akali does, as she has to rely on her shroud or her mobility spells to really evade all the damage coming out. And GAM just rushed down the Baron at 21 minutes and Genius Esports doesn't even do anything about it. Absolutely shocking.
I feel like Genius Esports are they're very far behind right now. And as we kind of mentioned before, you've got the likes of Nazir that is very good in the late stages of the game, but in the mid part of the game, after you get through laning phase and after the Azir can't kind of abuse that advantage in range, it's not a very strong champion. And then you're looking towards a Rek'Sai that never got online, or has now got online, but everyone else has got more online than the Rek'Sai, and it's very difficult to see a way for Genius to get back into this game.
I mean, even if you would call it Rek'Sai online, I mean, it's like it got one kill. It's behind in farm. It's still laying down multiple deaths. Not really an easy game for Legion either way. And
it would have been online if this happened like 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, for sure. Either way of that, I wanted Genius Esports. I mean, they probably knew that the Baron was being started, but GAM wasn't really taking any damage of that. I would have loved for Legion to at least try and steal it. I mean, just now, of course, he didn't give his life over, and that's like one risk less on that side, but your chances won't get any bigger against this GAM Deathball competition that is just so safe to play, with this Braum being there, with like this Bruiser really Sin, with this, even this Mega Gnar, or this Gnar in general, that is 0-3 but still got like his perfect item by now and is like a relevant champion, a relevant threat to respect, and it just won't get easier. So I would have wanted Legion to at least try and steal the Baron to really have any chance, as Kati gets caught out.
And that's a shutdown for Blazes, a fair bit of gold going into the Azir's pockets. Coated now teleporting in behind GAM, are looking for the potential flank play. Shuriken Flip won't find anyone in the brush, and GAM will just look towards the blue buff, look towards some of Coated's camps, but they need to be making their exit quickly. Levi lands a Sonic Wave, goes into
oh, look, Coated!
Still on this flank angle, going in the Twilight Shroud, but it's just kicked instantly by Levi and killed mercilessly. And now GAM want more. They're looking towards Slater, who's forced to Spark Surge over the wall. Now out of the fight, Yijin with the Void Rush can't find a single member and just gets annihilated. It's 2 kills for the side of GAM, and Genius started this fight with a pick onto Kati and thought, hey, we can take this fight. Absolutely no, you can't. Levi now on top of Blazes on the run. There's going to be another Winter Spike coming through soon, and Blazes will fall 3 for 1 in the extended fight. Never mind, Levi wants more, and Levi will be finding another, but BOB over the wall should be out to safety now.
I love how GAM just chased him a full circle around, and Coated, I want to say, got baited by Levi. It was mostly just Coated getting baited by Coated though, either way of that. I was talking about how safe this competition really is, but still apparently not safe enough for Kati to play it out, as he was getting called out as a Wise in the enemy jungle, which is something that shouldn't really happen, but with them trying to spread out the Baron buff, I guess it's somewhat fine, but I'm maybe just going too easy on them, as in the picture-in-picture. Yeah, Coated just gets solo killed by Kati, very interesting. Either way, here we see Coated going back into Levi, but Levi is next to B and his Braum. This Akali just gets instantly tagged and just gets stun locked down, can't even abuse her mobility whatsoever against Style, just easily kills them. And then we see GAM just chasing them a full circle around the enemy blue buff. With, we see, however, how just Style instantly kills Yijin. Levi was into the face of Slater, and Slater had to spark it out. Kiaya here, he misses his Mega Gnar, but plays it anyway out of panic. And yeah, despite Kiaya not even playing it well, it's still enough to really get this fight going on. Blazes, in his desperation, uses his Shuriken's legacy to create the turret, but that turret deals absolutely futile damage, and GAM just cleans up more kills.
And we saw in the picture-in-picture momentarily that Kati had died, I think got a kill onto Coated in the process. I saw one other member there, but I'm not sure if it was a GAM or Genius member. I think it was Genius. So I think it was Yijin and Coated getting a kill. And here is that play.
Yeah, here's that play that we saw in the picture-in-picture as I was analyzing that other replay. coated. Dies to, I think it was an Ignite from Spellbook, but Kati at the aftermath also falls. But 1-for-1 still very, very fine if you are in this 1v2 situation for the side of Kati. And yeah, GAM meanwhile secured their Cloud Soul and is looking very firmly ahead in this game right now. Inhibitor in the mid lane also being dropped, so Genius Esports likely just 1 or 2 teamfights away from getting dealt the finishing blow.
I'm just going to continue to throw waves forward into Genius's direction as coated, looking for Kati, but Kati will take the Realm Warp out to safety as GAM pick up the first inhibitor tower. Actually, no, the second inhibitor tower of the game, because the inhibitor in the mid lane has already fallen. Genius looking for a player teleport coming through. Depth charge will find the knock-up onto Levi. BOB goes golden. Rune Prison locking down Yijin, who's now forced out of this fight. One from Genius will fall, and the Void Rush not enough to be able to get the kill onto Kati. It's 2-0, and GAM now with 2 minion waves are crashing on into the Nexus towers. Genius with their backs against the wall with nothing to do. In goes Kiaya, finds a 2-man Gnarled, and it will be 2 kills going the way of a GAM. Oh, big Shurima shuffle under the tower, but it is not enough from Blaze. It's only enough to find the kill onto B, and GAM will take game 1 against Genius.
Yeah. Taking game 1 rather convincingly.